Hello friends, in our previous lecture we have completed the 8 small types of sums which were having changes in P&L ratio. So the first topic which was regarding changes in P&L ratio is completed and we have completed its 8 subtypes of sums. Now today we are going for the second topic of the chapter, that is accounting treatment of goodwill, and it is having 6 subtypes of sums. Now for that, one thing I may explain which I have explained in the starting itself of the chapter. Suppose A and B are the two partners. C is admitted as a third partner. So I am keeping it a little bit far. When there were A and B, suppose if the profit is 30,000, then both are getting 15-15 if no P&L ratio is given. And if C is to be included, then each will get 10,000. Now see, previously A and B were getting 15-15, now they are getting 10-10, so they are sacrificing their 5,000 for C. So C is getting their 5,000, so A and B are sacrificing and C is getting. Now as C is getting profit and A and B are sacrificing, C should pay some amount to A and B which is known as goodwill. And that goodwill, if it is paid in cash, then it is known as premium of goodwill. Why? Because till this much years A and B had run the business. They have made so much hard work to run the business. Now again C is coming and C is directly getting the profit. How he can get the directly profit? He should give something to A and B. So the thing which he is giving in cash, that is premium of goodwill, in their sacrificing ratio. So that thing we have to learn here, that if any new partner is coming, he have to bring the capital for the business, that is okay, but additionally he has to pay some share which he have sacrificed by the remaining partners, so that is known as premium of goodwill, and we are learning 6 types of cases. Now let's start the topic. Again, I have made the notes very clearly for you people, so without writing from the textbook, we are directly writing as per my words. Okay, so now we are starting. There is so much to write and so much to explain. Okay, so we will give the heading accounting treatment of goodwill as per accounting standard AS 26. What are these accounting standards? I have explained in standard 11th. When you were in 11th standard, I have explained that accounting standards shows the format or shows the rules how to record the transactions in accounting. Now accounting 26 shows the accounting effect of goodwill. Okay. Now making a paragraph and writing. Goodwill arises in the form because of efforts made by old partners in past. On admission of new partner, on admission of new partner, comma, old partner sacrifices some of their profit share, some of their profit share for new partner. To pay off the profit share comma, new partner is required to give his share in goodwill, which is known as premium for goodwill. It is to be distributed among old partners in their sacrificing ratio. So you may be thinking that why sir is writing this paragraph, we are not learning any theory part. I know friends, we are not learning any theory part, but this exactly explains why we are learning this chapter of, why we are learning this topic of goodwill and what we have to do here. Each and everything is explained in this small paragraph. What I am telling, goodwill arises in form because of efforts made by old partners in past. In the past there were two partners and they have made so much hard work to earn a good profit and to earn a good goodwill. On admission of new partner, old partners sacrifice some of their profit share for new partner. As you know that when a new partner is coming, the old partners are decreasing, are sacrificing for the new partner. Now, to pay off the profit share, new partner is required to give his share in goodwill because he is the new, and directly if he is getting the profit, then he have to give something back to them. So to give his share in goodwill, which is known as premium for goodwill, and it is to be distributed among old partners in which ratio? In sacrificing ratio. Which means that if there are two partners and only one partner is sacrificing, then he will only get. The partner who is not sacrificing will not get this share. And sometimes it is possible also. While finding sacrifice ratio, if the answer is minus, then if that partner is gaining also. Suppose there are two partners A and B. On the admission of C is getting the share. Also B is also getting some share because A is sacrificing for B and C for both. That thing also can happen. Now for that thing we are learning the goodwill cases. Still there is some things to write. Sometimes on admission of new partner, in next we are writing about the old partner. When a old partner is changing his share, suppose normally they are sacrificing only for new partner, but for new partner if they are not sacrificing, instead they are gaining, or they are not getting anything, no gain, no sacrifice, then what we should do? Not first, we will write A, point A. If share of old partner does not change, then he may not get any share of goodwill, from new partner. See, this thing is very important. This goodwill which is paid by the new partner is distributed among the old partners in their sacrificing ratio, but while finding sacrificing ratio, if any of the partner has no gain or no sacrifice, if the answer is 0, then what to do? Then he cannot get any share of goodwill from that partner. Okay? And one more point. If share of old partner increases, then his previous share increases, then his previous share, then he has gained the share. He has gained the share and he must pay for that. And he must pay for that share to remaining old partners. So friends, while calculating sacrificing ratio, if the answer is 0, then he has no gain, no sacrifice, so that old partner will not get any goodwill. Now we are talking about only old partner, okay? Two cases for old partner. And if the old partner's share is increasing than his previous share, then actually he has gained. So instead of sacrifice, old partner is gaining by the new partner's admission, then he has to pay the goodwill, because see, first A and B were two partners and C is coming, so A and B is normally sacrificing. But suppose on the admission of C, A is sacrificing, B is not sacrificing, B is gaining, then B should also give the share, C should also give the share to A, because A is sacrificing for both, for the new partner C and for the old partner B. Okay, so this thing you must know. Thus, looking the above mentioned points, comma, before solving the adjustment for goodwill, on new partner's admission, we need to make following calculations. Now, as I said, that 8 previous cases we are learning now as small sums, but actually they are used in big sum as a single adjustment only. So we are learning this thing. In the same way, this goodwill is also having 6 small types of sum, and these we are learning now as a single sum, but this thing will be an adjustment for big sums. So what I am telling, looking at the above mentioned points, before solving the adjustment of goodwill, means in the big sum, if you are solving the adjustment of goodwill, then you have to make the following calculations before writing any journal entry. Which are the calculations? Number 1, sacrificing ratio. Number 1 is sacrificing ratio. How it is calculated? We know it is calculated considering the information given as per case 1 to case 8 of P&L ratio. In the previous topic itself, we have learned how to calculate sacrifice ratio. So first you should see the information. If old ratio is only given and share of new partner is given, then old ratio is equals to sacrifice ratio. And if old and new both ratio are given, then sacrifice is equals to old share minus new share. If sacrifice shares are given, then you can make sacrifice ratio from that. If fraction of sacrifice is given, then first obtain sacrifice share, then find sacrifice ratio. If directly sacrifice ratio is available, then also it's not a problem. So friends, we need to distribute this premium of goodwill in sacrificing ratio. For that we have to calculate first sacrifice ratio. So this will be calculated basis on the case 1 to 8. So you should remember by heart that if this information is given, this is the method to calculate the sacrificing ratio. Now don't overthink that what sir is telling. The cases which we have learned previous from case 1 to case 8 was about this only, to make your base properly. Because in this chapter directly we cannot solve the big sums. First we need to understand these small sums. So our first calculation is sacrificing ratio. Our second calculation is share of new partner in goodwill. Our second calculation will be share of new partner in goodwill. Because new partner is paying the premium of goodwill, how to calculate its premium of goodwill? The formula is new goodwill into share of new partner. Sometimes if share of new partner is not given, then we have learned in these cases, Whenever we are adding the sacrifice share, we are getting the share of new partner. So share of new partner is equals to sacrifice of A plus sacrifice of B. If it is not given, then only we can do like that. So all the things which we have learned in case 1 to case 8 will be useful here in calculation. Third calculation is optional. Goodwill payable by old partner. In bracket we will write gaining. As you know, sometimes instead of sacrifice, old partner is gaining according to this point. Then he will not receive any goodwill. Instead, he have to pay the goodwill to the old partners. So for that, new goodwill multiply gained share. Okay, so these are the three calculations. Always three calculations are not required. In most of some first and second calculation, because normally a old partner is sacrificing only, but sometimes instead of sacrifice that old partner is gaining, then only you have to make the third calculation. Now these things are over. Now we will write the format for journal entries. So first we have seen why we are doing this accounting treatment of goodwill and what is the procedure. After that we have seen the two other ways. Whenever we are calculating sacrificing ratio, if any old partner has no gain, no sacrifice, then he will not be liable to pay or liable to receive any type of goodwill. If some old partner is not sacrificing and he is gaining, then what we have to do? We have learned that thing. After that, for making the journal entries for goodwill, actually the goodwill is making the journal entry. Calculation of goodwill is always making the journal entry, and before making the journal entry you need this calculation. That also we have seen. Now we are seeing the journal entry format. So this topic is very long, my friends. We have to write so much things for it. I think I know that it is very difficult to understand, but still please try to understand. Okay, these things. What are these things? Whenever any sum is completed, then you can understand easily. I know it is very difficult to grasp the points. Right afterwards that, after making about necessary calculations, following is the format of journal entries to be passed for goodwill transactions. And one note for it. Note. Following are the maximum entries, in every sum all the entries are not made. Means the format which I am giving for journal entry now are the maximum entries. In every sum, all the 5 entries are not required. In some of the sums, you require only 2 entries. In some of the sums, 4 entries. Some of the sums, 3 entries. So, as per the information of the cases which we are learning, you will do the entries. Okay? Yes. Now, the format of journal entry. The first entry which you will pass to write off old goodwill present in balance sheet on the admission of new partner. If old goodwill means if goodwill is appearing in the balance sheet, see, we have learnt in previous chapter that on liability side of balance sheet, general reserve, capital reserve, contingency reserve, workman accidental fund, then workman come an accidental fund, then such investment fluctuation fund, if all are there and if the changes is made in partnership form, then we have to distribute them among the partners in their old ratio. And in the same way on the asset side also, if P&L account loss, then research and development expense, advertisement campaign expense, if they are, then we have to distribute among the old partners in old ratio. In the same way, if goodwill is appearing at the time of admission of old partner, that is to be written off within old partners. And how? See, I have given the rule in previous chapter. If you are distributing credit balance, then partners will be credit and that thing will be debit. Now goodwill has debit balance, so for that partners will be debit and goodwill will be credit. Old partners, capital or current, whichever may be possible, account debit to goodwill account. And you will distribute this thing in old ratio. Second, new partner brings capital in form of cash or asset or goods. When a new partner is bringing his capital in a form of asset or goods or anything, then what is the entry is to be made? As new partner is bringing that asset, asset is coming in, that asset will be debited, partner is the giver, so partner is credited. So, cash or bank or asset or goods account debit to new partner's capital account, not capital or current, because capital is recorded in capital account only. Number 3. New partner brings premium of goodwill in cash. The third entry is regarding when a new partner is bringing premium of goodwill in cash. Cash or bank, always now word cash or bank will be used. Cash bank account debit to premium for goodwill account. Premium of goodwill account. Fourth entry, distribution of premium of goodwill. We will write premium in short form. Okay. When a new partner is bringing that premium of goodwill in cash, that same is to be distributed. The paragraph which I have given now, first paragraph which we have written before this writing, that thing only was telling that when a new partner is bringing premium of goodwill, it is to be distributed among old partners in their sacrificing ratio. So now entry would be premium for goodwill account debit to old partners capital or current account. Number 5. Withdrawal of premium of goodwill. Now see, in previous entry partners are getting the premium of goodwill, so premium to partners. Now the partners are withdrawing, so cash is going out and partners are withdrawing, partners are the receiver. So partners capital or current account debit to cash. Writing part means introduction to goodwill part is over. Now we will start with the case, but first I will explain. These are the 5 entries. These are the 5 maximum entries. Okay. In all the sums, all the entries will not come. And see, I have the good hint to remember these entries. I have very good hint. Let's see what is the hint. See, first entry is regarding if any old goodwill is available in the balance sheet, then we have to write off it. Goodwill has debit balance, so partners are debited, goodwill is credited. Second entry is regarding new partner is bringing, suppose new partner is bringing cash as his capital, then cash is coming in, partner is the giver, then cash to partner's capital. Or if he is bringing as a check, or if he is bringing as asset, or if he is bringing as goods, that will be debited and partner's capital account will be credited. Now, these 3 entries are like a chain Why they are like a chain? If you read the entry properly, you will now understand. Cash to premium, premium to partners, partners to cash. Here we are starting with cash, here we are ending with cash. So it is very easy to remember. These three entries are regarding goodwill, these two are regarding capital and old goodwill. But these three entries are very good because they are having a link. Why? We are starting with cash, we are ending with cash, and between partners and premium are written. First premium is coming, so cash to premium. Now that premium is given to partners, partners to premium, premium to partners, and that partners are withdrawing, so partners to cash. Very easy. Cash to premium, premium to partners, partners to cash. Very easy. If you understand in this way, this is like a chain. The thing which is credited is next debited, then it is next debited. Very easy thing if you understand it properly. Okay, so these are the maximum concepts. First, we have seen an introduction that when a new partner is coming, old partners are sacrificing, so new partner has to pay off the share of goodwill, that is known as premium of goodwill. It is distributed in sacrificing ratio. Then we have seen the two more cases that if any old partner has having no gain, no sacrifice, then he will not get any goodwill, he don't have to pay off any goodwill also. And if any old partner is gaining instead of sacrificing, then he has to pay the goodwill to their partners. Now considering these all above mentioned things, we have seen the maximum calculations made before journal entry. See, directly we cannot write the journal entry. Now for making the journal entry, we have to make some necessary calculation. That first and foremost is sacrificing ratio. Sacrificing ratio is calculated as per the information given in question from case 1 to case 8. So you have to remember that cases. Then next calculation is share of new partner in goodwill, means the premium of goodwill. How much goodwill he has to bring. Formula for it is new goodwill into share of new partner. Next is an optional. If an old partner has gain instead of sacrifice, then he has to pay the goodwill. Then formula for it is new goodwill into gain share. Okay, after that these are the formats of journal entries, that which entry we will make first to write off the old goodwill, then we will see about the capital, then these are the about goodwill, cash to premium, premium to partners, partners to cash. So these are the maximum entries. In all the sums, all the entries are not made. Now we are going for learning the goodwill cases. Okay, now we are learning the goodwill cases. So introduction part is over. Cases for goodwill. Case 1G. Now you all people will think that what sir is writing 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G. See friends, for P&L ratio we have given number from 1 to 8. Now again, if I am giving here number 1, then it would be confusing that sir is talking about case 1 of goodwill or case 1 of P&L ratio. So if I am telling case 1, then it is about P&L ratio. If I am telling case 1G, then it is G means for goodwill, so 1G. They don't require 1P, 2P, 3P, P means for profit and loss. It is not required, but here it is required. If I am talking about 1, then it is of P&L ratio. If I am talking about 1G, then I am talking about first case of goodwill. Okay, let's start. First case of goodwill. When premium for goodwill, when premium for goodwill is paid privately by new partner. Now this case is little bit different from others because you can see the word premium for goodwill that is to be paid to old partners is paid privately by new partner. Means they are not paying in the business, they are paying outside the business. Now friends, one thing. If you are making any transaction outside the business, then it will be not related to business. So business will not affect anything. So from here only we can understand the entries for premium of goodwill, all the entries will be cancelled. Just now I have written 5 entries. First is for old goodwill, okay, that entry will come. Second is for bringing the capital, that also will come. But entry number 3, 4 and 5 will not come because they are all related to premium of goodwill which is in the business. Now they are only telling that it is outside the business because they are paying privately. So all that entries will be cancelled. Only that thing you have to remember about this sum, and no calculation you will do because that calculations are regarding sacrifice ratio, share of partner in goodwill and gained share of goodwill. That is not required because goodwill is paid privately. Okay, so we will write about this case. No entry is made from 3 to 5, means all the entries from 3 to 5 are regarding goodwill. Full stop. Only entries are made, that is first and second if required. Means if the information is given about old goodwill, then we will write off it. If information is given about capital, then we will make the entry. So first and second entry, if the information is given, then we will do. But we will not do entry number 3 to 5 because they are all related to goodwill paid in business, not privately. Okay, this thing is only remembered about this case. Now we are seeing its sum. Now we are seeing the sums. Case 1. Now as I have given the case number in that P&L ratio, same we will do for here also. See, question number 3 in the textbook is regarding that P&L ratio. Now we are seeing question 4, and question 4 we will give the numbers. There are total 13 questions. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I will give which case is of which sum. Okay. So you have to write in textbook itself near the sum number. Sum 1 is of 1G, 2 and 3 is of 2G. 2G. Sum 4 is about 3G. Again 5 and 6 are about 2G. Sum number 7 is about 5G. 9 4G, 10 4G, 11 12, sorry 10 and 11, sorry my mistake. Sum number 9 is of 4G, 10 is also of 4G. Okay, there are too much 4G. Sorry, I have made some mistake in writing. Again, once more I will write. 1 is of 1G. 2 and 3 are of 2G, 4 3G, 5 and 6 2G, 7 5G, 8 5G, 9 10 4G, 11 12 6G, and 13 3G and 5G mix. So according to these 13 sums, these are the sums. Okay, now we are doing the first sum. So write in your textbook near the sum number which case is of which sum. Okay. So question number 4, first sum. Let's read out the first sum. A and B are partners sharing profit and loss in the ratio of 3:2. Admitted C as a new partner for 1/5 share. See, till here the information is regarding that P&L ratio. That also we need. C brings 80,000 as capital in cash C gave his share of goodwill personally to A and B. Underline C gave his share personally to A and B means goodwill is paid privately. So entry number 3, 4, 5 will not come. Only first will come if it is required, second will come if it is required. There was a balance of goodwill 25,000 in books before C's admission. Now see, old goodwill is given, so first entry will come. Also capital is given, so second entry will come. And the conditions regarding goodwill is paid privately, so no calculations, nothing, sacrifice ratio, nothing is required. Directly we will make 2 entries and will complete the sum, so this case will be over. And in exam this is not expected in big sums. Okay. No calculations required because all are related to goodwill. Now I am giving the heading necessary entries. So first entry is to be made because old goodwill is given. So what is the entry for distributing the old goodwill? Old partners capital account debit to goodwill account. Name of old partners are A and B. So A's capital or current account debit, B's capital or current account debit to goodwill account. Goodwill is rupees 25,000. Now it is to be distributed in the ratio 3:2. So 25,000 divided by 5 into 3, 15,000 equals to 2 equals to 10,000. Second entry is regarding capital, that C is bringing capital. Yes, he is bringing 80,000 as cash in capital. So cash or bank account debit to C's capital account, amount 80,000. Okay, the sum is over, first case is over. In short, this is case that goodwill is paid privately, so no other. Okay, we have to mention that. I'm sorry. As goodwill is paid privately by new partners to old partners, so no entry regarding goodwill is made. See, the things which I have given now, all that calculations are related to goodwill, so we have not done any calculations before starting the journal entries. And for making journal entries, first entry is required because old goodwill is given, second entry is required because capital is given. No other information is about goodwill because goodwill is paid privately. So this case 1G is actually not required in the big sums also. Okay. Now tomorrow we will see the case 2G, that is exactly showing what we have to do, which entries we have to pass, which calculation we have to do. Okay. So till that time write all the notes properly, and that's all for today. Thank you so much.